Pegula.
A glorious day of tennis with just major champs and stars all over the schedule. Fans were just treated to Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz, and Elena Rybakina earlier on this same exact court. So let's get into some WTA action. Jessica Pegula taking on Donna Vekic. You're looking at this portion of the draw. This is the bottom half, but the top quarter. Yelena Ostapenko get through earlier today against the American Katie Volynets. So she awaits the winner of Vekic and Pegula. It's actually a little warmer tonight compared to the other nights so far. High 60s, and it was a super windy day earlier. Gusts up to 20, 25 miles per hour, but it's calmed down. Wind looking right now just 4 to 6 miles per hour. And let's get our first look at Jessica Pegula. That is the 5 seed here, but this is her opening round match. She comes into this tournament on a 5-match winning streak. And when you say that about anyone, that means she just won a title. So this is her first match since lifting the trophy in Dubai a couple weeks ago. She did not play last week. She opted to not take the trip to Austin at WTA 250. I think that was pretty understandable after that great run in Dubai. And when she won in Dubai, that was her 10th career title and her 4th 1,000 level title. I'll be your host throughout the rest of the night. Jeff Chisover flying solo for this one, and as well as the next match, Daniil Medvedev taking on Alejandro Tabilo. So here's Pegula's opponent, Donna Vekic, the 29-year-old Croat. Just to understand where she's at right now, this time last year, Vekic was ranked 22 in the world, but right now, look at that number right there, she's ranked 103. So the veteran has been slipping a little bit in the rankings, and it's been a slow start to 2026. And it was a relatively weaker season last year as well. But the one positive note is that she picked up her first tour win this week in her opening round. She took out the Czech teenager, Teresa Valentova, 7-6, 7-6. So she was great in the clutch time there. She needed a wild card to get into this tournament because the ranking wasn't high enough. And she did not have a tour win coming into this week. So right there you see the head-to-head. It is 2-0 for Jessica Pegula. They met back in 2022 Wimbledon first round. They also met in 2024 in Berlin. So both of those venues was a grass court match. And if you know these two players well, you would know that Donna Vekic's favorite surface is grass. So Pegula beating her on her favorite conditions. Right there you see in the distance, Stadium 4, and just this middle weekend really feels like the official jolt to the tournament. It starts Wednesday, but this is when you get those record number of attendance throughout the grounds. It's crazy because Indian Wells is tiny on the map, but it's enormous in global tennis. You know, we got 5,000 full-time residents in Indian Wells, yet this is one of the biggest annual sporting events. So there's more tennis fans visit Indian Wells each year than they live here year-round. Over 500,000 visited this tournament last year, and that was a record. Pegula won that Dubai title a couple weeks ago. That was her first 1,000 title not in North America. And another cool note about really how great her form has been this season so far is that that Dubai run was her 7th consecutive event where she made the semifinal or better. And that streak started at the US Open last summer. If she were to make the semifinal this year, she would be the first to make the semifinals or better in 8 straight events since Maria Sharapova did it in 2013. Pretty cool, 13 years in the making. So 4th match of the day on Stadium 1 and one of 2 matches on the night session. Pegula won the toss. She's such a great returner.
Vekic to serve.
Not a big surprise. She chose to receive. So Vekic will start it off. Top part of your screen. Players, I think, prefer faster conditions. Vekic for sure. It's actually, grass is the only surface in which she's won over 50% of her matches. Pegula, hard court, is her favorite surface, but I think she prefers lower bouncing courts. It's so clear that her game translates on every surface. She's above 60% on all 3 of them. 69% hard, 63% on clay, and 61% on grass. Just all around really solid and comfortable in all facets of the game. Known for their defense or for their speed, but Pegula's kind of just smooth with everything. And I think she reads as a good mover as far as getting to the balls just because she anticipates so well. She does all the intangibles so well. If you're one for the odds makers in tennis, just to give you an idea, it was very lopsided going into this match. And you saw the head-to-head for Pegula winning their only 2 matches. Pegula was a minus 1,200 favorite. That is massive. That's a nice serve out wide, then going behind, risk 120 to win 10. If you wanted to bet on Vekic, she's plus 720. That means you get better than 7-1 on your money, right? You risk 100, you win 720.
Let's proceed.
She's only 8-7. She made the quarterfinals once. That was in 2021. So it's actually the worst win percentage of all the 10 1000s right here at Indian Wells.
Game.
Partnership for those 3 since they started. In, yet to miss a first serve. That's why I throw it out there, just so I can get that stat before I blow it for her. Kind of having patient offense. So can she keep Vekic on the move? Can she find the angles, forcing Vekic to more hit out of the corners instead of the middle of the court?
15-13.
By, and she tried to go up the tee there. That's good for her. 74 before. And 20. She made the semifinals of Wimbledon.
Game Vekic.
Qualify to get in. Oh, 4, 5, and 6. Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, and then Amanda Anisimova. Oh, what a great... That's the third straight point where we've been treated to that lower camera angle. I think there's a lot of fans out there that almost prefer that angle. I think it's nice to switch it up. But I do feel like tennis fans are kind of clamoring for more of that. You get a better feel for the athleticism and the speed. How money is the backhand draw. Second serves. First 3 nights here in the desert, and we've seen some uncharacteristic big misses from Pegula. Everyone would always say she's one of the cleanest controlled ball strikers out there. She's missed a couple shots by many feet. So it's just a reminder that the ball is flying a little bit here. We kind of say that more during the day, but right now it feels like it's flying. And let's also remember this is Pegula's opening round match. She got a bye. She's a 5 seed.
30-15.
As she plants. A pair of clutch. So far, 4 for 4 winning the point when she hits a dropper.
14.
Both players trading breaks of serve on each of their second service games. All holds outside of that. 4-5 now. Leads to 2 set points here for Vekic. That's been the key shot in the first set. Donna Vekic being bold like she always is in her second serve returns. Moving to her left, cracking forehands. Now for the first time in 5 sets between these two, Donna Vekic has a set over Jessica Pegula. Great start here for the wild card.
Time.
Jeff Chisover back with you on the
Second
night
set.
session, middle weekend of the
Vekic
first combined Masters 1000 of the season. The wild card ranked 103, slow start to the season, 0-2 head-to-head versus Jess Pegula, and she just took the first set 6-4. Broken back, and then it was right there, Vekic cracking a second serve return in that 4-5 game to break to take the first set. Both players with 14 unforced errors in the first set, but Vekic 12 winners to Pegula's 6.
Love 30.
But she's just known to always be honed in with her depth and her striking.
Let Fusu.
But a couple gifts here early on in the opening game of the second set. Let's see if Pegula can cash in.
Game, Pegula.
And she does. Kind of fortunate that it turned into a sweet drop shot,
game, second
but
set.
that's just that's a good stretch. That's a good reaction there on that first serve. That was the first time Vekic actually served T when she was facing a break chance. So just like the first set, Jessica Pegula is up the early break. Okay, so you can see Knowles, that was Pegula and Knowles having a little back and forth. And if you could lip read, you saw Jessica Pegula just say something so bad, you know, something about her own game right now. Not surprised to hear that. She's not playing up to the level she's used to.
Love 15. Fifteen, 13.
How poor she feels she's playing right now.
30-14.
Massive spot.
Advantage Pegula.
That's got to feel so good. Move from that first set when she went up a break, coughed it up right away.
So short, quick steps into the ball. Come on. Remember, her second serve forehand when she runs around anytime inside. You know where it's going.
That was some great audio we heard from Nolsey right there. First thing he said, he wants kind of get the feet moving, short, choppy steps. And then he had some advice for when she has to hit a second serve. We'll get back to there when she's, so maybe different ways he's encouraging her to kind of keep her honest, where she can't just move to her left and hit forehands. Nice crowd on hand here at Stadium 1. This is the second largest tennis stadium in the world. Capacity of 16,000 fans. Stadium 2 can fit as many as 8,000. Yeah, packed down below. First of two matches here in the night session. After this, Daniil Medvedev. He will be taking on Alejandro Tabilo. Here's Pegula, not feeling so hot, but she is up a break here in the second set. So let's see together, I'm calling this match alone, if we see any adjustments here with these service games. With Pegula, you heard Nolsey talking about her coach, trying different ways to avoid the Vekic forehand on second serves. Different ways, right? Do you take a little off the first to make sure you get the first in? Do you have to switch up the location on the second serve? So right there, that's exactly what just happened.
15.
She's feeling good about her game right now. It just goes to show you things can just change on a dime. And at the same token, we're hoping, or the Pegula camp is hoping it could change on the dime in this match, right? First set, spraying balls, missing left and right. She even said she's never felt this bad ever. She said that out loud. Let's see if she can hone it in. Oh, there's that anticipation from the American. That's % on the season, so it's a little down, but high 60s, not bad. Heard that from Mark Knowles.
Game, Vekic.
She's made a lot of first serves, Vekic has in the second set. 16 of
5 games.
19. Down 2 breaks. They'll switch ends, and Pegula will have the first opportunity to serve it out, send this match into a third. Serve it out. That's right where she's at this season. That's how you serve out a set. A deep breath and a nice reversal here in the second. Jeff Chisholm here with you, flying solo for this match and the next one. Daniil Medvedev, Alejandro Tabilo will be up next. Tale of 2 completely different sets. And you can tell by the score line, Pegula doubled up Vekic on total points in that second set. In the 2 meetings between these 2 players coming into this week, granted, we're very early in the season, just 2 months in. Vekic did not have a tour win before this tournament. And then on the other side of the net, Jessica Pegula has been red hot. She's got a 5-match winning streak. She just won Dubai. She made the semifinals of the Australian Open. She's got 4 top 10 wins. She's 13-2. Vekic just 1-3. Her first round win over Valentova was the first of the season. And this is exactly how the second set started for Donna Vekic. She sprayed a couple ground strokes, and she went down love 40, eventually giving up the break. So in each of these 3 sets, it's been Pegula to go up the early break. In the first set, Pegula got broken back immediately. In the second set, she went down 15-40, was super frustrated, but ended up squeaking out a hold. So let's see if she can put a stamp behind that break that she was basically just gifted. I've been ready and intrigued to see what the Pegula second serves look like in this third set. Because I know I've told the story before, that was a big difference between the first and second set. She hasn't hit one yet. She's landed all 3 first serves.
Third two.
That was nice.
40-13.
She aced her up the tee on the first point, and you saw Vekic leaning, moving to her left. A pitcher-batter mentality with a serve and return right now.
Fault. Deuce.
Oh, yes! It started with a weak second serve, middle of the box, and Vekic feasting on it. Pegula on her heels. And Vekic going for the drop volley here. There's that anticipation. That's where maybe you don't really understand the foot speed of Pegula, but it's that first strong step and reading and reacting so well. Backs it up with an absolute money body serve. God, it was just like set number 2.
Pegula 2 games to love.
Opening break at love. And then fights off break chance in that first.
Game, Vekic.
Had to fight off a break chance. Here she is serving 2-1. That's insane. And that was another one of those second serves that of there up the tee. Defensive, but Pegula doesn't really get put into either of those categories. And I think on paper, Pegula kind of gets stripped of that power label because she's only 5'7" and she doesn't bomb serves. But when you've been in the top 10 for half a decade straight and a lot of time in the top 5, obviously you just do so many things so well. Just so clean, smooth, and simple on both wings. We mentioned she's a master of redirecting the ball. But she just has elite intangibles. So she's always just been such an intriguing player. Jessica Pegula's level has consistently picked up through the duration of the match. She's the 5 seed. She had a bias. This is her opening round match. She's up a break, but it feels like she's just hanging on to that break advantage.
Love 15.
Donna Vekic, after breaking Pegula twice in the first set, she is 0 for 4 in her last 4 break chances. She's had 2 this set. How good is Pegula? She has been on the unfortunate end of a couple shanks and one very fortunate let cord earlier in this match. But yeah, you got to practice the shank, return, stretch, drop shot. It works every time. Brutal. Tennis is tough. So I was gonna say, I think everyone was hoping Vekic was gonna come away with that point. She's like, what do I gotta do? Because that Pegula return was, I don't even know if that was gonna make it into the doubles alley. That was one of those where the let cord brings it back into the court of play. This is kind of interesting in serving in big points of a match. And this is perfect. 8th ace for Jessica Pegula. And Sloane Stephens, Ali Risk both would say they were serving for the match at 5-4 in the third, and they had the choice to have new balls or not new balls. They said that they would choose not to have new balls, and went on to say they think half of the WTA Tour, as far as the top 100, would also agree with that. And they would also say on the men's side, it would be like 98 to 100% of them want new balls. The point is Pegula just had new balls and played the best game of the match. So she's just honed in the entire game as the match has gone on. The serve has been great and bold, so many free points. She looked so confident in that game, not only from the serve, but also from the baseline. Let's see if Vekic can get another hold and ask the question of Pegula.
15-13.
Pegula's thrown up some perfect defensive lobs throughout this match. And it's led to a couple errors on the smashes from Vekic. Wow, that looked wide. Yeah, let's get a look. Jeez. About a millimeter away from being down 2 match points. It's been a mental grind to get to this moment, but she's earned herself her first match point here.
Let seconds.
That face kind of says it all right there from Jessica Pegula, that now has beaten Donna Vekic in all 3 of their matchups. It's not fair to say winning ugly, but she definitely was not playing her best, especially early on, and she found a way. She served great, and she comes away with an opening round win here in the desert. A perfect 3-0 versus Donna Vekic. For Vekic, you know, she's outside the top 100. That's rare to see. But I guess one positive note was she got her first tour win this week when she beat Teresa Valentova in the first round. And so she'll exit this tournament with a 1-4 record. Pegula will improve to 14-2. She is definitely in form. Last time we saw her on the court, she was lifting the trophy in Dubai. We're going to hear from her in just a second with Andrew Krasny. I'm excited to hear this interview because she always tells it how it is. And she was clearly not feeling her best. Not physically, I'm talking about just feeling the ball. And she was actually, she voiced that. We picked it up with all the mics on the court when she was talking to Mark Knowles. So I think we might hear a little bit of that in a second with this interview. She'll move on to the 3rd round, and she's got Yelena Ostapenko in the round of 32. So she's got a 3-2 head-to-head advantage with Yelena Ostapenko, but they haven't met since 20. Jess in the entire Team Pegula. She's never done better than the quarterfinals ago. She will then have made the semis in 8 straight events dating back to the US Open. The last time someone did that was Pioneers in the crowd. She'll get her recovery. I'm going to step off the mic, recover my